So, want to compare the shark and the Roomba here on the carpet with some sugar and some oatmeal to see the kind of suction power they both have. So, we'll start with the Roomba first. It takes a little bit before we get started. There you go. It stops. I think there's more on the ground, so I think it stops a bit before going further. I don't want it to go in another direction, so I stop it, and we're going to look at the results here. As you can see, it got some pretty good suction on the sugar. Basically, everything is gone. I don't really see or feel any sugar here. So that's a pretty good sign. Also, the same with the oatmeal. As you can see, I didn't get the footage, a camera cut out, but it did suck up the majority of the oatmeal, but not all. But that's a good sign. So next for the shark, it likes to go at an angle, so it kind of directed it into the path of the debris there. Slowly getting there, so I want to shut it off before it makes it further out. As you can see, it got a good result as well. That's the path it went on. The sugar is basically non-existent. It's a little bit, but not that much as the oatmeal. Basically, it got all sucked down there, little bits and particles, some. It's pretty good. Next, we're going to move on to the tile with the sugar and the oatmeal again. We'll start the shark. Got to direct it a little bit, but it goes a little bit further out and gets both the oatmeal and the sugar. So that's pretty good. I stopped it before it has to go back again. So that's one pass. As you can see, the crevices, it didn't do amazingly, but it did get the majority of it, and especially with the sugar as well. So next, let's move on to the Roomba. It takes a while before it gets started, goes on a safe path, and pushes some of the oatmeal to the side with the spinners, but overall, I think it looks good. Got a little bit more in the crevices compared to the shark too, so that's pretty good. And with the tile, it's basically similar. The shark and the Roomba both got a similar amount of sugar and oatmeal, but I think maybe the Roomba got a little bit more in the crevices. So we're going to give it to the Roomba there. Next, we're moving on to the noise. The ambient noise level is around 30. So let's start it up on the tile. It's around 75 to 70, which is quite loud. For reference, speaking is about 75. So that's what you would be expecting with the Roomba here. It's a little bit quieter. It's around 70, maybe 73, but it doesn't ever go 75 or 76, which is what the high range of the shark was. So yeah, in terms of noise, if you want something that's a bit quieter, go with the Roomba. We're going to go on the carpet because the carpet's a little quieter, so we'll see how it performs. As you can see, it's going to start off at around 60, so maybe like 10 or 13 decibels lower than what it was on the tile. Quite significant. If you do one RoboVacuum, it's better for carpeted homes because the noise will be severely reduced with the Shark one. It's hovering around 65 to 70 at the beginning. So this is about 5 decibels louder than the Roomba. So I think in both areas, tile or carpet, the Roomba is quieter. So now we'll move on to the dock here. The black one is the Roomba. As you can see, it has a tread and an angular platform. So you can put on a decline and the debris can easily be sucked up through there. That's where the vacuum bag sits. It's a extra one that counts where you get the dock. This is where the debris kind of goes into the vacuum, slide at the bottom, and that's where it stays and it won't go anywhere. As you can see, there has in the back big organizer for the cable, which is very convenient when you want to move the dock or where you want to store it. Same thing with the Shark, as charger and as suction there. You can see the level of debris with the kind of glass at the side there. So that's a feature that's going to be a little bit better than the Roomba. I do like that a lot. And because I didn't empty the bin, some of the debris kind of dropped out. So if it's really got to be empty before you put it back in. So on the top there's a place for the air filter. It's a removable air filter. There's no removable air filters on the Roomba, but there are 2 on the Shark. So that's a big bonus point. So I'm giving it to the Shark for that one. Next, we'll measure the sound level when they're emptying. As you can see, uh, it's quite loud. It's around 86, so it's about 10 decibels above speaking level. So that's not going to be anywhere near you when it's operating, hopefully. Next is the shark. As we could see, it's around 70, so 15 to 20 decibels lighter than the Roomba, which is quite significant. Next, we look at the results to see how much it actually sucked out. For the Roomba, it was unlocked there, so it sucked out a significant amount, but there's still quite a bit inside. So even though it finished earlier and it was much louder, it didn't get quite as much. Now, let's take a look at the shark, and you can see that basically it's empty. The shark, even though it did take longer, it got much more of the debris. So I'd say in this regard, the shark definitely wins on that. Next, move on to the vacuum itself, and on the shark, you could see basically two tabs you can fully remove and take the brush out and clean it, detangle it. Whatever you need to do should be easy to put back in with the Roomba. It also does the same. Both of the brushes can be taken out to clean and also untangle, and the surface area of both of them is around the same. But there's some extra bristles for the shark, so the shark might be a bit better on the hardwood floor compared to the Roomba. They both have circular brushes, but the shark only has one, while the Roomba has three. The charger on the shark is also much larger than the Roomba, and the sensors, there are four on the shark and six on the Roomba. So the Roomba definitely takes the head on that one. The wheels around the two, I would compare the two. The shark is definitely my pick because it's better suction in terms of the dock emptying, but you can also see how much debris is in the dock still. But overall, I think you can't go wrong with either.